I'm ready. You're ready.
Yes, yes, yes. Right. Okay. I know. You're so excited for this episode because you're like, right, I want to do this topic. So, hello, guys, and welcome back to episode 7. Hi, hi. How's everyone doing? 7. Uh huh. And obviously, episode 6 has just gone up today because we're filming on a different day. We
Yes.
usually film on a Sunday. Today, we're filming on a Monday. But we've almost got 10,000 downloads.
Isn't it crazy?
Yeah.
Do you want to say why we're not filming? We're filming today and not yesterday.
Are you calling me out right now?
I can play like the audio like
I
voice
know.
message that you sent
Please
me.
no, please no. I went out on Saturday and I had a very bad throat on Sunday. And you can still kind of hear it a little bit now, so I apologize about that. But I could not film yesterday. Like my throat, I can even, when you get a croaky voice and it's like an effort to like project your voice? That's what I feel like. And that's what I feel like yesterday. So I was like, Lauralie, can we do Monday instead? And do you know what it was? I didn't drink that much, but I sing a lot when I'm out and there's like good
I
music.
know.
So that's what it was, if I'm honest.
So it sounded like a lot of fun. So no complaints. It's
No.
Monday today, and why not start the day with? I'm starting my day actually with you, which is like amazing.
Yeah.
So actually, Max and I were trying to like make it like work where he could like jump in the podcast, but because you cancel, yes, no, I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
Oh my God, no, stop.
But
I actually fully believed you then. I was like, oh my God, did I ruin plans? Yeah, but
it's okay though.
it's
Like
so funny.
I think he's been working all weekend anyway, and I think he's
Yeah.
working today too. But he might end up coming. I think today, kind of like going back and forth with him on DMs and stuff. So
Oh, that's
so
fun.
yeah, I might get to see him. And
Yeah.
then
So
this
anyone that doesn't
morning,
know that my other half, my boyfriend, is in Miami at the moment, obviously in Lauralie's hometown, and I'm not there. And he was like, "I'm seeing all your friends without you." And I was like, "This sucks," because I want to see them.
but
Like he saw Masa, he's seen so many people over there, and I'm like, "Why am I not there?" So
yeah, I mean he's literally in your world right now, but it's kind of cool because I don't know. We barely even like cross. Like every time I get to see Max was like in such hectic
yeah.
situation. So like for the first time, like I think if we were able to like eat, I don't know what his plans are today, but like if we get to eat and stuff, I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, do you like? I just want him to realize. I'm like, do you realize how much of a freaking dope girlfriend you have, dude? Like. I don't
Stop.
think he realized, but it's okay. I think he's just equally dope. It's funny because this morning I was brushing my teeth and getting ready, and I was watching your new YouTube video. So anyone who is listening on Spotify, shout out to Phoebe's YouTube channel, and please subscribe because she puts out amazing content. And I think you guys are so cute. I think it was like the first time like you guys being like very like him talking on your YouTube channel. His accent is like a lot more than yours. It's a
Yeah.
lot like deeper than yours, huh? Like
Yeah.
stronger?
Because I think, yeah, and I feel like he's not very like. Obviously, we've been doing YouTube for, I mean, since like 2016, 15. So like, and he's always
Crazy.
been the one filming, or like if I'm talking, he'll film, and it's kind of funny because obviously his career now is obviously a videographer, which he only really started like 2 years ago. But he's been filming me since like the beginning. Like when I was doing shows and stuff, he would always film for my YouTube.
Crazy.
Like even if it was on my small little compact camera or my iPhone, I put it on YouTube. Like so it's cool how the tables have turned. But yeah, I was like, just get involved. Like if I put a camera in front of your face, just talk to the people. And like it was quite cool because like he just was like that felt really natural. So yeah, it was kind of cool to see him. But no, his accent. I feel like because I'm around Americans a lot more, or Canadians or Americans or wherever,
For
I
sure.
feel like I pick it up in a weird way. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So
Yes,
it
totally.
was quite funny.
So for today's episode, because I changed my mind like, oh, no, yeah, okay. Because I changed my mind like about 10 times about this episode. So Phoebe, I'm gonna bring you on a freaking blind date today.
Oh God. So
I'm
this is also
exposing you
okay. So
100%.
just to give people an idea, She texted me like, I want this episode to be about you. I'm like, right, okay. And then she was like, I want to be asking you these questions and I don't want you to know the questions. And then I was like, I need to prepare. Like, I don't know, I can't go completely blind. And she was like, okay, I'll ask you these. Now she's telling me again, she's like, I've changed my questions. So now I don't know anything about this episode. Well, I have an idea. I think she's kept it the same. Oh my God, stop.
Just Phoebe, you gave me like ideas. I just thought it would be so much fun because I didn't watch the other episode, but I figured like when I was watching kind of like the little snippets that you were doing on social media, I was like, oh my God, I'm talking so much about myself. And I feel that you are so like, you're very stoic in a certain way. Like it's always like, I don't know, like I didn't feel like we got like in
Deep.
Phoebe. It's not gonna be that serious, Phoebe. Like to be honest, it's like it's just like funny and like little casual
Okay.
question. I feel like today could be like a little bit of a lighter day, you know,
Yeah, that'd be
and
cool.
going a little less deep. It kind of, at the end, like it kind of goes deep because you know how I am. But for now, it's just little questions, just to like break the ice and have a
Yeah.
little bit of fun. So,
So
are
she
you down
wants
for
to,
this?
oh, 100%. She wants to get me out of my shell because I'm sometimes very reserved. I mean, I say I'm reserved. I do share a lot of my life, but obviously I could be a little bit more less than surface level. And I said that to her. I was like, I want to push myself in this podcast and like try and like open up even more. Do you know what I mean? And she was like, right, I got you. I'm gonna open it up right wide open like a bloody book. So I'm excited for that. So give him to me. So I'm excited. Is it still the same topic as what we talked about, or is it completely different?
No, it's different.
Yeah.
It's gonna get, listen, it's gonna get there. It won't get there. I'm going very like gradually. Okay. I'm not going 0 to 100 really quick. Like it's just gonna be, gotta have a lot of fun. Okay. And
Okay.
if
Well, I
there's
don't want
something
this
that I
whole
missed,
episode to
like,
be about me because that's so boring. If you ask these questions, I want your answer too. Is that deal? Shake on it.
okay, we shake on it. We shake on it via camera, which like I don't really know like how accurate that is. That like handshake to the camera,
That
but we'll
means
make it
we've
work. Like
committed.
pinky on the camera.
Pinky swear.
Okay.
Right, go.
But I mean, okay, like I feel like now the expectation that you have in your head towards a question like so like intense, but you'll
It's
see.
fine.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. So welcome to the blind date with Phoebe today. Okay, these are the questions that I would ask you if I was going on a blind date, which I never done before. Like I don't do dates. Like I feel like, I mean, you had one date with Max and that
I,
was it afterwards, right?
I feel like this day and age, just we do like people do dates, but it's more like online. Do you know what I mean? Like they talk for ages and then just meet up in like a big group or something, and then that's it. Do you know what I mean?
weird.
It's weird.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it's so weird.
Let's go.
Let's dive in those questions. Okay, waffles or pancake?
Oh, I love that.
Don't laugh. It's very serious. Okay.
Okay, seriously. Pancakes.
Chocolate or vanilla?
Oh, chocolate. 100%.
Morning shower or night shower?
Night shower.
Hip hop or R&B?
Ooh, R&B. I love a bit of old school R&B. That's a vibe. That's a big vibe.
It's a vibe for sure. It's a vibe for sure. Uh, Sourdough or brown bread?
Ooh, sourdough. Sourdough so much. She's shocked with that. Sourdough's so
A
much
cheesecake
nicer. Wait, why is brown bread
It's
nicer?
very it's very bodybuilder of you actually. Okay. Pre-workout or protein powder if you only had one.
Protein powder you can do more with. And you can just have a coffee. Like I don't have pre-workout all the time, but you can make like protein pancakes, you can make things with protein, like yeah, protein.
Very smart. Very smart. High top or low top sneakers?
Oh, high top. I've got like so many Converses and like high top dunks and all that type of thing. Yeah, that's my vibe.
Yeah, I think we can allow ourselves like high tops even more because we're so long.
Yeah. I feel like low top things on me look so like it just makes me look even longer. Also, I have big feet, so I have a size 9 UK, which I think is like a size 11 US or size 12.
Oh,
11.
wow.
I think it's 11. It's 11, I think. And so big, like small shoes, like it makes me look even more elongated than I actually am, and that's not needed. That's really not needed.
I saw in your video you were like Max and I we like share shoes. If he leaves shoes behind, it's
It's
like this are my
great.
shoes now.
It's great because like my Converse right now, they're so dirty, but Max's are pretty much almost like brand new. So I was like, I'm gonna use those whilst you're away.
It's so funny because when I used to go out, like I would never wear heels or like buy heels because I
Yeah.
don't wear them because I'm so tall. But I wear a size 8, which is like I think it's a UK like 6,
It's like a
I
6,
think.
yeah, 6.
So it's very like popular. So I would have just friends like share their shoes with me, which is what's great, you
That's
know?
so funny.
But yeah, low sneakers, I'm like, wow, that's a lot of legs. If I wear shorts and I'm like low sneakers,
That's
I'm
a
like,
lot of
wow, that's a
legs.
lot of legs.
Wait, are your heels on stage? Are they slip-on heels or are they the straps?
Straps, I have
Yeah,
straps,
same.
yeah.
Same. Because I
You do?
remember, yeah, because I used to wear the ones without straps, and then I was like, I look so long on stage. Like I look so long. So like just giving myself that little bit of extra coverage looks way better in my opinion.
Right. How tall are you, Phoebe?
5'8.5". How tall are you?
Okay. 5'7.5". I love that we talked the
Yeah,
half.
we're like the half is important. Come on.
What are you drinking?
Oh, Lipton iced tea,
Non-sponsor.
non-sponsored
I
at
know I know
all.
you love these things. You
They're
got these
so
things
good.
in Dubai now?
Yeah, they're so good. So good. It's like iced tea, like low calorie iced tea, peach iced tea. Whew, very nice.
I know you love them because every time you were going to the US, you were buying them, but now they have them in Dubai.
So good. So nice. Yeah,
Good
always.
for you. Good for you. Um, crops, crop tops are oversized.
That's a hard one because like I feel like it depends on the
I know,
mood. That depends on a mood.
for
Do you know
sure.
what I mean? Like I feel like I will wear crops. The thing is, I actually wear crops less in prep and my oversized stuff more. Yeah, I feel like I wear my
Right?
oversized stuff more in prep than I do in off season, which is weird. Like now I'm wearing a crop top. Doesn't look like it. I'm wearing a crop top now.
So
I don't
cute.
know. I feel like it's 50-50. It's so 50-50. But I think if I was to choose, I can't choose. Fuck, that's actually really hard. I think I feel oversized. I think oversized. It's just hard because the Dubai
Yeah.
weather is ridiculous. So I never wear oversized because it's so hot. So that's a tough one. But I would say if I was in the UK, oversized. If I'm in Dubai, cropped up.
Like forever crop tops. Like you cannot wear oversized for the rest of your life.
That's. I mean, I have a company that like we have the oversized t-shirts, so I can't not say that I like oversized because I love oversized. Fuck, that's really hard. But why is it so hard?
We're just getting started,
Oh my
Phoebe.
god, why am I so?
You're already
So this
sweating.
is one thing you need to know about me.
Oversized.
This is one thing you need to know about me is that I'm really indecisive sometimes. So I can be so indecisive, which is terrible when me and Max are like choosing food or wanting to go out somewhere because we'll just end up not going out because we both can't decide. Terrible.
Living in the gray zone. Living in the gray
Yeah,
zone,
grey zone, grey
Phoebe.
zone. Let's say the even.
Messy or slick bun? Messy
Messy.
bun, slick bun.
Yours is a slick bun right now. I never put any product in it because
Today.
otherwise it will be
Today,
like
because it's dirty.
frizzy. Yeah, mine's the same. Two podcasts in a row I've had my hair up and it feels weird. But yeah, messy bum.
We're getting comfortable. It's our 7th episode. I think
I know.
we can.
Now we're like we don't care about appearances that much anymore.
Sparkling or still water?
Oh, still, I hate
Is it
sparkling water. It tastes like weird.
body oil or body lotion?
Body lotion. I feel like my pores are so like reluctant to oil. Like, you know, when you get a massage and the masseuse uses oil, I always ask them if they
Uh-huh.
can use lotion instead, because it just is nicer, but my skin absorbs it so quickly. Like, I don't know if it's because I have like dry, I think I might have like quite dry skin or just absorbent skin, but my skin absorbs things so much. So like oil on it is like, no, worst thing ever. No, definitely not. So lotion is the one that for me.
Tampons or pads? I don't know. How am I coming up with those questions? Whatever. Okay.
We're getting real deep now, guys. Tampons, if we're gonna say which one.
Beach or pool?
Ooh, not a fan of the sand. So, but I do like the sea, like the ocean. And we have like both in Dubai. So like we have like this beach club that we used to go to. This episode, everyone's going to be like, what the fuck is this episode?
I love it. No, but you learn so much. It's like, okay, you
I
love
know.
the sand, but you like the sea. It's like, but you need to
I know. I'm like,
decide.
I
You need
like
to
the sea,
choose.
but I also like the pool. We have something in Dubai called Train Beach Club, and it's a place that has a gym, it has a pool, and it's on the beach. So I'm like, if we wanted to kind of like go in the pool, we'll go in the pool, and then we go down to the beach, go to the beach, and then go to the gym. So I'm going to say pool, because I feel more comfortable in the pool. You can kind of go in and out. It's less messy, but I do love a good beach day.
Soap bar or body wash?
Body wash. Soap bar is like, I feel like some soap bars are like dry in a way. Makes things feel like
I hope
weird.
people are watching on YouTube like right now. I hope
I'm like
people are gonna
this.
watch on YouTube.
It just feels weird. I feel like the like bar, like soap bar feels like weird. I don't know why.
Glass empty or glass half full?
Are you talking about like not an actual physical glass full, but you're talking about an emotional?
Perception.
Yeah.
Yes, perception.
I was like,
glass empty or glass half full? Do you know that that expression?
Yeah, as
It's
in
like an English expression.
yeah, I know the expression, but I'm trying to think whether or not like, because I feel like sometimes I can run on empty for a while if I need to, like for my own self. Do you know what I mean? Like if you're working on other things like business, you've got other things going on, and you're like, working with like I don't know, like doing things for others. I can do that. Like I can run on empty for a very very long time. I feel like for me, if the glass is half full, I feel like I don't feel satisfied sometimes. So I'm giving it half effort. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. What a great explanation. Yeah.
Like it feels weird. Like if I'm not, if I'm half satisfied with something or half doing something or half whatever, it doesn't. I'd rather it be completely empty, and then I can fully fill it up when time needed. If that makes
Yeah.
sense. Not saying I'd run on empty for like forever, because that's not good. You shouldn't run on just empty for ages. But I feel like I'd prefer to be empty than when I have the time, fill the cup fully. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, yes. So it motivates you more being like seeing it empty, like more like, empty. You get more motivated by like filling it up than just
Yeah.
half full. You would be like settling more.
Yeah.
You don't
If
like
that's-
the word
yeah.
settle.
I don't want to just kind of settle. I'd rather kind of fill it up fully versus kind of just have it half. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What would you prefer?
Salad. I think your answer like kind of took me by surprise, because like people are always like, oh, you have to see the glass half full, right?
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like the positive, whatever. But I agree with you. Like if you feel like you see the glass half empty, but you do something about it, then
Yeah.
I think it's justifiable,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Salad dressing.
We're back to food. What just salad dressing?
Like, yeah, what's your salad dressing? Like,
Oh.
go to.
You just said salad dressing. I was waiting for an or. I was like, salad dressing? Yeah. I'm a weird one. I like blue cheese salad dressing.
Wow, a statement. Okay.
I know, like really, like random, like it's a very acquired taste. But I love like blue cheese sauce with steak.
Uh-huh.
It's preferably be. I know obviously it's just like a.
Mm,
You know what I mean? Like not on a
yes.
not on a salad per se. I'd like the blue cheese salad dressing on like steak. That's like I love
I
that.
heard
It's like one of
about
my favorite.
this.
It's very good.
Okay.
I've heard
I heard
about
about
this
this.
salad.
I've heard about it. Okay. Do you tend to make decision based on logic or emotions? So logic or emotions?
Ooh. It depends on the scenario. So like I feel like it depends what scenario I'm in, for example. So like if I'm in prep, I will really try to take away the emotion, but it's hard because obviously when you're deep in prep especially, emotions do get quite high, you know? So it's
Mm.
hard to kind of sometimes make logical decisions. So for example, you know, obviously the cutoff point for the Arnold was it was before the Olympia, wasn't it? So it was like just the beginning of December or end of November or something. So everyone was still kind
Yes.
of in prep. So for me, I was like in that like, yes, let's go mentality. When actually probably for me, I was quite tired by that point. That's why I applied, obviously got in. Then logically kind of thinking about it, maybe it probably wasn't the best decision for me. So I kind of went with
Mm.
emotion with that one. Do you know what I mean? Versus logic. Like I'd already been prepping for a while. My body was kind of like
Mm.
slowing. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like
Yeah.
that's a good example for me, logic wise. I feel like when it comes to business, I feel like I'm more logical than emotional, but I can sometimes be emotional. Like when things happen within the business, you obviously always take it to heart because obviously it's your baby, it's your business, right? So you want to try and always make sure that you're doing things right and almost like over analyzing things to make sure it is the right decision. But sometimes it's just not going to be the right decision. Like there's so many decisions I made last year with the posing portal, the business that I wish I didn't do, but also kind of glad that I did it because it made me learn and it's made me, you know, grow the business and stuff like that even more. But I would like in a perfect scenario, I would like to pick logic, but I feel like I do sometimes go like with emotions over logic sometimes. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes like if I'm feeling like, oh, you know, I feel this way about this situation, so I'm going to do this. And Max will be like,
Right.
is that the right decision you should be doing? Or do you think you should be doing it a different way? And I'll kind of look back and be like, okay, take a step back, let's have a look. And then I'll kind of visit it if needed. But I mean, we've all gone there probably. And obviously, you know, chosen emotion over logic and it's not been the correct one. Like, and it sucks when it's like that because you're like, you always want to try and like potentially turn the clock back and be like, I wish I did this instead. But I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah.
it's hard. It's hard. I think, yeah, I'm kind of a 50-50 with that one. It depends on the scenario, I guess. What are you kind of in a way?
Phoebe, it's your blind date. It's not my blind date.
I'm not
I
getting
think
a
it's
peep at
honest.
her. I'm not getting a peep at
It's
her.
um it's really context related. And I think if you go fully on logic or fully on emotion, you're gonna, like, if something goes bad, you're gonna blame, oh, it's because of did it on my emotion. Oh, it's because I did it on logic, you know? So I think if the goal is to be happy and you can achieve that with logic, good for you, you know?
Yeah,
Um,
I
but yeah,
agree.
always the end goal is to be happy. So if the logic seems very logic to you, but won't make you happy at the end of the day, then why go with logic if you can live with your heart, like heart make decisions, you know?
Yeah, I agree with that
Right?
actually. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Right? Okay, next. What offends you? Like, what offends you?
Oh, oh my God, this is so hard. Okay,
First thing that comes to your mind.
so I do, and I used to do this a lot, and I feel like it's still kind of there a little bit. I do feel like I get offended when people don't particularly like or see my opinion, or see my kind of I'm trying to make it sound like not like my way or the highway type thing, but I would get kind of, I wouldn't say massively offended, but kind of like taken aback in a way if people didn't see something my way, if that makes sense. So like, if I would say, this is how I feel, this is how I feel, and they're like, I don't agree, I would get offended by that. And I used to be like, I would get really offended, like, but not offended in an aggressive way, offended in a way that I've done something wrong. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's
Right.
how I would
Yes.
feel. I wouldn't feel like, oh my God, they don't agree with me. That's so like weird. I would be like, oh my God, like that's like they don't agree with me. And like that's why I said I'm very indecisive, because I used to be really indecisive, because when I'd ask for someone's opinion over like my own, I would usually take someone else's opinion over actually what I thought. Do you know what I mean? So I would say, like, for example, like when me and my girlfriends or something like that would go shopping, I would be like, oh, is this nice on me? I would like it. If they were like, it's okay, I'd be like, oh, I don't like it. And I wouldn't buy it. Do you know what I mean? Like, people's opinions for me really affected my own decision. And I used to get quite offended by that as time kind of goes. Does that make sense? Like, time went on, I kind of got offended by it. I was like, oh my God, like, not in a bad way, but I was like, I shouldn't be thinking that. Do you know what I mean? Or I shouldn't be doing that. So I choose theirs.
Yes.
Definitely learned to not do that as much anymore. I do feel like I still slightly do it in a way. Like, if feel very headstrong about something and I'm like, right, this is my decision, and I ask for someone else's advice and they have something like slightly different, I'm like, should I go with that or should I go with mine? And I kind of like look obviously kind of deeper into it. And I think that's because obviously we have our own businesses now, so you have to kind of look at other options, not always just go kind of with your way all the time. Have like different options with like certain scenarios and stuff like that. But yeah, that's kind of something that would, I guess, offend me in a way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It does. It does. I think it has a lot to do with the fact. I mean, you talk about opinion. I think it's not really opinion. It's more about your intentions.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest like life lesson that I've learned this year was like you can have the purest intention in the entire world, and you can try to prove to and tell someone like these were my intentions, but if the outcome and the actions are not perceived as you having good intentions, then it really goes to trash. So it depends
Yeah.
of your environment all the time, you know?
Yeah.
So that's really hard. That's really hard,
I
I
mean, what's
think,
yours?
because
Obviously, I
when
know it's your blind date. But we did shake on it. What's your thing that offends you, I guess?
I think that, babe, like to be honest, I think when people can see me as who I am
Yeah.
fully, with like good intentions, like pure heart, like never malicious, like um I think that does offend me. Like when but I think justice, oh my God, like unfairness, and like it could be anything. Like it could be like a I would get offended when I see someone not saying hi to like a cashier at the store. I would
Ah,
get like not offended, but kind of like, like
yeah.
we're human beings. Like I don't
It's kind of like
understand, you
it's
know?
like an ick. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like an ick when people don't kind of like,
Yeah, yeah. Offend is like it's like a stronger word, right?
yeah, yeah. That's tough though.
I mean, yeah, I get offended by people with friggin' agendas. Like, not offended, like freaking
Word.
mad.
Yeah, mad.
So,
Just angry.
okay. Do you floss? Like
Yes, I
religiously?
do.
Like if your dentist like tells you like
Not
have you
religiously.
flossed religiously?
Not
Let's be
religiously.
honest.
I'm like eye roll. I'm like no, but like I do like Max. To be fair, Max flosses all the time, and he got me into like flossing loads because he got like these little like not the, like the ones where it's just like a big ball and you pull it and it's like one of those. You can get these
Yes.
like stick ones, and it has like a
Yes.
little toothpick on the end as well. So I
They're
got those.
great. They're
He's
great.
got those, and they're
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 great.
very good. I like those. So yeah, I use them
Yeah, they're
once in a
great.
while or whatever. I love how these questions are like scattered. So I'm like food, then deep, then toothpick, and then tampons and whatever. Like,
I got you. I got you. Biggest pet peeve.
um,
It kind of goes hand in hand with the last
Yeah, I
question
was gonna
ish,
say,
but
I
not
think it's
really.
when, yeah, I think my biggest pet peeve is when people are rude to others, especially like workers and stuff, or like someone that's working, or, and I think that's kind of come up a lot since I've moved to Dubai because, and don't get me wrong, I love Dubai, but it's a very rich country and people act rich,
Mm,
you know? So it's
got
like,
it.
and
Yeah.
I don't like that all the time. Like people will treat workers kind of like something on your shoe sometimes. And I hate that. I hate that so
Uh,
much. And I mean, not just in Dubai, but just in general, like anywhere. Like I don't like it when people are rude to others, like publicly or something like that. Or like something that, how do I explain it? Like they don't acknowledge your like existence like there. Do you know what I mean? Like even like, for example, like someone that, I don't know, like if I'm like in front of someone and they can see that we're walking to like the same door or something, and they don't hold the door like behind them for me or something like that. Not like if it's a man or a girl, like whoever, could be anyone, not just
yes.
a guy,
Yeah.
but just anyone. Like you just completely blanked my existence. Like I find that so annoying. I think it's so rude. Yeah, I hate it.
Yeah.
Like and like little things, just like please and thank you, or like just little things like that. That really gets on my nerves. Like if I hear like it was the same with you when you said. The like if someone doesn't say hi, I've got the one where like something happened today when I was in the shop, and I was in front of someone and they just kind of grabbed their stuff and went, and they didn't say like thank you or like bye or anything like that, and I just no, that's so rude. Like thank you, bye, that's all you got to say. And it's like you acknowledged what they just just done. They've scanned your stuff, here's your card, paid, whatever, thank you, bye, that's it. But they just grabbed their stuff and just left. And I'm like, that's just, I roll so hard at that. It just annoys me.
Yeah, I do that and then I go back and I'm like going heavy on my questions. Like I always say like, "Hi, how are you?" And then they would, respond back. But then if the person before that was rude, I'd be like even more interested in them.
Yeah,
And I'm
like,
just like, "Okay,
so
let me like give you
what's your day been?
let me yeah, let me give you more than like that person that just left, you know?"
Yeah. Yeah. Max is a very talkative person. Like sometimes obviously I'll be in the Uber, I'll ask like a few questions when I kind of get in and then like go on my phone or whatever. But he'll
Yeah.
like the whole trip, like 30-minute trip if we're in the Uber, he'll be like, so how are you getting
Really?
on, boss? And this, that, the other, and like where are you from? And like all these questions. And it's so cute. And I do like
Oh.
it's cute. It's very cute.
It's a very nice quality,
Yeah.
especially nowadays, like when people are just like closed off for themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, Next question. Favorite free thing ever?
Favorite free thing? What? I mean, I've never got like I feel like why have I got them for free? I really don't know. Like the thing is, I feel like getting free things for me, like you could say free things like materialistic, or you could say like
I'm saying
free
like
things.
it's
Yeah.
free, like something you can do for free. Like,
Oh, wait. What do you mean?
oh my God, that's so bad. I mean, I have the answer for you
You have the answer for me. What do you
already.
mean?
Yes,
What do you mean?
walking,
Oh, okay,
walking.
got it, got it, got it. Okay,
That's
yeah,
my
that makes
favorite.
sense.
That's
Yeah,
what I
so your
mean.
favorite
Oh my God.
free thing. I was like, are you talking about materialistic? I was like, that's such a weird question for you to ask. So I was like,
Yeah,
I was
no.
like, I wouldn't say a materialistic thing. That's what I was going to say. I was like, in terms of like something that you could do for free, yeah, walking, being outside, that is my favorite thing. That's what I'm excited to do when I go back to the UK is just be outside more. Like, I love being outside. That's one of my favorite
Love it.
things.
Have you ever deleted a comment on social media?
Yes. Straight up, yes, many a time. Like when I first
Many
got
times.
into, yeah, when I first got into, I mean, like bodybuilding, you get the insecure men online being like, you look like a man, you have too much muscle, you look too big, and whatever the fuck they want to say. And I used to delete them all the time. I used to delete them all the time, and I'd be like offended and like upset when I'd see that because I'm like, oh my god, like that's really sad that you would comment that, this or the other. Now I leave it online and I put it on my story. So I'm like, followers attack. I'm like,
Yeah, because you
fam
have your little
attack.
Phoebe army. Phoebe
I mean,
Army.
that's, to be fair, I don't do that as much anymore, but I used to do that. Like, when I
Yeah.
started being more present online and stuff, I would actually laugh at it and just put it on my story. And then, like, my friends or whoever would be like, what the hell? What post is this on? And I would just send them the post and they would just go down. Like, not being like, and that's not bullying or anything, but like, for me, someone is commenting on the way that I look, which again, they can have their opinions if they want to, but then I can also you've done it publicly, so I can also publicly share your comment if you want to, like two can play at that game. I try and not respond to them though, because I really just don't care to entertain it, if I'm honest. I have been that person though sometimes where if I've seen a comment on like my friend's posts, I've been like, I'm just going to comment something, just not massive, but just like lies, or like just something small, because I'm like, I just want to get my last word in there. But I mean, I obviously try not entertain it now because there's just no need, if I'm honest. Like, there's no need. That's why people comment those stupid things or those horrible things on your post, because they want a reaction. They want people to blow up. They want people to say like, oh, this person, she's angry. Like, look how she's reacted. Or there's just no need. There's no need to feed that energy. Laugh it off, and then that's it. You don't even, if you want to delete it, you can. Like, it really doesn't make a difference though, because I feel like if you delete it, it's. I feel like when I deleted it, I was almost like trying to hide the fact of like those kind of insecurities, like, oh, someone else has an opinion, like, oh, I can't like let anyone see it. Do you know, like ashamed almost, because I was like, I've done nothing wrong. You know what I mean? I'm just posting my journey, and someone else has commented a nasty comment, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm ashamed that I've got a nasty comment. Why? Like, it's nothing to do with me. It's how I feel about me. Cool, whatever. That's kind of how I look at it now. What have you done in the previous times that you've had nasty comments and stuff? Because I know you've had quite the fair few, which sucks, but
Honestly, I used to leave them there, and then very close person of mine, which I work for, was like, go delete those comments under your picture, because people were like commenting on whatever person was saying about me, which was not truthful. And I was like,
yeah,
but they're not true. And if I delete, it's like I'm guilty of something. And she's like, no, this is your page and it's your narrative, and you need to control that, because there's a lot of people that follows you that knows the truth.
yeah,
And then, it's you control the narrative on your page. And I was like, okay, I don't
yeah,
know if the person did it for her business, because it was like a sponsored post, and people were just attacking. It was like a lot of like robots too, like, those like stupid comments, just like
yeah.
robots.
I mean, in that respect, I get it. When it comes to like sponsors and stuff, it's difficult, because if it's a sponsored post, then it's like you want it to be
Yeah.
very positive and there's nothing negative and whatever, and it like whatever's going on. But I agree to disagree with that kind of like, you control the narrative, because you do. But then I do feel like you said, like, if you delete them, you feel like you're guilty of something. Like, when I was deleting them, I felt ashamed of nothing. Like, I was ashamed when I was deleting those comments, like, oh my god, I need to delete these before someone sees them. Why am I feeling ashamed because someone's commented on my post that I like? You know what I mean? Like, I know what you mean though. Like, it's hard, because again, when it comes to business and this, that, the other, you want it to be positive. So I understand that respect, but I do get your point as well. Like, you're not guilty of anything, so why should you feel like you have to case that off, Yeah, I get you on that one.
Which social media platform is the most savage?
I feel like TikTok is. Bruh, like TikTok is like,
Raw.
I mean, I don't put it, bruh. I mean, I've only got one viral post on TikTok that got like 2 something million or whatever. And the comments underneath that, like, a lot of them are positive, but that's probably the most amount I've had negative. There's probably around like 20 bad ones, probably. Or like, I don't actually know, but like, I would say like, I think there's like, I don't know how many there actually is, like, comments wise, but I think there's like maybe like 500 or something. But like, I feel like a large majority is really positive, but I have seen a lot of the negative, and I was like, oh my fucking god, these are savages. Like, people are like, bro, she lifts more than you, or she looks like this, and I was like, oh my god, like, savage. And some of the stuff you see on other people's pages, like, I'm like, how do people deal with TikTok? Because it's actually savage. Like once you go like viral or one video or something, the comments are just lethal. But I won't lie, like not TikTok, Instagram is also the same. So I feel like when I watch a video on Instagram, I do feel like I'll look at the comment section to see what other people are thinking. You know what I mean? Like I always try and like if it's a video about something specific or someone talking about something or whatever, I like to go to the comment section to see what people are saying about it. And some comments I'm like, wow, like how can you publicly put that out there and just be so like nasty? I'm like, bro, like shit. Yeah, but definitely TikTok. I would say TikTok. Oh, it's hard because Instagram and YouTube I feel like are on par sometimes.
Yeah.
Because I feel like YouTube. No, I feel like I feel like Instagram's more savage because Instagram it's quick fire versus YouTube you have to watch the whole video then you comment. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like Instagram it could be 10 seconds of someone doing something wrong and people will just fucking attack,
Right.
you know? So I feel like it's TikTok first, Instagram, and then YouTube.
Yes, I agree.
Which sucks. But I mean, there's always going to be platforms that are going to be negative in a way, but I mean, there's nothing you can kind of do about it either. So it's like you just have to embrace the negative sometimes and just push it to the side.
I know it's a wild world out there. Wild world.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. Brace yourself.
Oh God.
Is hot dog a sandwich?
Oh God. I mean, like, what's the definition of a sandwich? Like, I have to, like...
Oh my God, it's supposed to be a yes or no answer.
No, but so, like, yeah, but what is the definition of a sandwich? Because they're both bread, and it's both got protein sources in... Like, okay, what's the definition
And possible
of a sandwich?
condiments.
I'm Googling this.
And possible, like, condiments, you know?
Yeah,
So
okay,
you have bread,
so
you have the protein, you have condiments.
An item of food consisted of 2 pieces of bread with filling in the middle. Like, so I'm like, a hot dog, it's bread. Like, that's bread. I know it's a bun, but it's bread. So I'm like, and it's got filling in the middle. So I'm like, if you want to call it that, is a burger a sandwich as well?
Okay, okay. A burger would be more of a sandwich than a hot dog is a sandwich.
Yes.
Because a hot dog is not 2 pieces. It's like a 1 piece
Yeah, it's
open.
like, but sometimes if you close it, if it's really, really filled and you close it, it rips. So it does technically then turn into a sandwich.
Okay, so like a overfilled hot dog is a sandwich.
Yeah, but a
Phoebe,
normal hot
again.
dog that's connected at the bottom. People, if you're on YouTube, comment down below. What is the definition of is a hot dog a sandwich or not? Comment down below. These are important questions we need to know.
Comment down below. Yes, life essential.
Life essentials.
What if you could have any animal as a pet? What would it be?
Oh, do you know what? This is sidetracking, but the other day in Banous Gym in Dubai, someone brought in their pet monkey. They have a pet monkey.
I saw one in Vegas too. Yes.
I feel like I feel like Miami is a place that's quite crazy like that. You would see something like that in Miami. Have you seen that before?
So I don't really do Miami, really, Phoebe, to be honest. So I don't really go out at all. But I saw one in Vegas. I feel like Vegas is probably the place to be. And funny story enough, my dad actually had a pet monkey when he was young.
No way. That's so
Yes,
cute.
and apparently it shits everywhere.
Oh no.
Everywhere. All the time.
I feel like, especially with a dog, like I feel like for me, to answer your question, I've always been someone that wanted a dog, like always. But I've always, like even when I was younger, my dad was like, okay, if you can show me that you're like trusting and you can, you know, make sure that you would walk it, all that type of thing. And then I kind of like went off it. He was like, I know you're going to want a dog for a week and then I'm going to be the one looking after it. So we never actually ended up getting a dog. And I still want a dog now, but because I travel so much, I can't do it. Yeah, it's just not fair. So I want to get my dad a dog because I feel like he would love a dog, and 2, I can then like have my like little pet urge without actually having one, you know. But yeah, I would say a dog. But I do like exotic. I don't know. Like I'd like a turtle. I know that sounds really weird, but like,
Yeah. Oh my God,
I've seen
yes.
like on, you know, when you see on Instagram and like
So
you see like the cute little turtles, they're so sweet and they're so easy to look after. So like, it'd just be
yes.
so cute having a little tortoise. Oh, and one thing I did see with the tortoise was like someone put like a little, you know, like race cars, like a little race
Wait,
car,
what?
like a, you know, like a toy race car. He put
Stop.
it like it's really small, obviously race car, and it's quite a big tortoise, and like he put the little like toy race car under the turtle, and he was just going really really fast. He was just going really really
Stop.
fast. I was like, I
He's
want
living her
one. I
dream. The
know he
little
can move
turtle is
really
living her
fast.
dream. Oh,
I know. I was
so
like, I
cute.
want a tortoise for that reason.
So cute. So cute. Would you take the blame for a major crime to save a best friend's life?
Oh fuck, that got deep real quick. Um, fuck. To say okay, so to save their life, but you would go to jail.
It doesn't specify the question. I
Okay.
didn't thought that deep. Would you take the blame for a major crime to save a best friend's life? But yeah, define the crime.
Do you know what I mean? Like
I
it
should have thought
depends. Like
about
it could
that.
be like if it was like you know what I mean? Like saving a
You
life
know?
is that's a big thing. Like it depends on the crime. So if it's like she killed someone, you
Right.
know, and like I've got to take the blame, no, because that's fucking her fault. She killed someone, you know. Like I would
Yes.
try and do my best to kind of like help her in a way, but like or her or he or whatever. But also at the same time, I'm like, you did the deed. Like what do you want me to kind of do? Do you know what I mean? I could only do so much. But if it's like something that's like, you know, I stole this from a shop and if I you know, if I get in bad trouble, I get this will happen to me if I get in trouble and it won't happen to me, then I'll probably take blame for it. Do you know what I mean? Like if it's not going to get if the consequences aren't for me or something like that and
Yeah.
they help her in a way, I probably would. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
that's hard
Yeah.
because it just depends on what it is. Because I feel like
I mean,
a real crime.
a real friend, yeah, a real friend wouldn't let you do that, period. You know?
Yeah. I mean,
Right?
very true. But if the scenario kind of came up, that would be tough though, because like I would want to help her out, but like obviously, at the same time, if it means lying about something that I haven't done to potentially, you know, get in trouble
Yeah.
for it, like really, really bad trouble, then that's hard for someone to ask that as well. Like you said, like it's not someone shouldn't ask that. That's a tough one to say. If it was a small crime and it would help her out a little bit and like it was just a little white lie and it wouldn't affect me and it wouldn't affect her, then yeah, I probably would take the blame or whatever. But if it was something that was like life detrimenting for like me and then gets her out of the way, then I would have to definitely think about it for sure.
Right. Yeah,
You
I
know?
think if blaming yourself has less consequences than her blaming herself,
Yeah.
then you can do the trade,
Yeah.
right? Does that make
Yeah.
sense? Like if her like being blamed would like really mess up her life, but it would not mess you up that much,
Yeah, then I
you
probably
would be
would.
like, okay,
100%.
let's do
Yeah.
the trade.
Yeah.
Let's do the trade. Yeah. Fair enough. Which one of your six senses would you be okay with losing? Do we have six senses? Listening, one, two, three,
I was just about to Google
four,
that.
five. What's a sixth one? So one,
What is your sixth senses?
two, three, four, touch. Five. What's six? Do we have six senses? We have five senses.
It's not even coming out. I have no fucking clue. So you've got vision, hearing, taste, smell, and touch. So that's five. Oh, your sixth one could be body position, so like body language, apparently. But I don't think I would count that one.
Yeah, can we
I
just do five?
Yeah, we'll do five. We'll do five. I would lose my touch, like touching, like because I could still pick something up, but like I wouldn't really care if I couldn't feel it. But if I couldn't, or like smell, one of those I wouldn't mind. But like taste, no, hell no, definitely not.
Can you
Hearing,
imagine?
definitely no, and then vision, 100% no. So the first three, vision, hearing, taste, I could not live without. I feel like smell I could deal with, and touch I could deal with not having. But any of the others, definitely not. Like, I couldn't eat, like, the first thing that comes to mind, like, I would not be able to taste any of the food I'm eating, like, it all just tasting the same. That would suck so bad. It would just be food, and it would just, I don't know,
I
you wouldn't get the
know.
same
I
enjoyment
know.
and, like, satisfaction from it. And obviously, hearing and vision is obviously super important, so I would not want to lose that either. What about you?
I agree. I agree. I agree with
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're
Because I
like,
feel
yeah,
that
that's
you
it.
with your like you can make up a lot of the touch feeling with just your eyes, your nose, your scent,
Yeah.
your taste, I think. And then yeah. Um okay, let's get rolling. Hold on. You have
Oh, God.
the way these question goes, Phoebe, I'm just gonna
Have
be
you,
honest with
when
myself
did
and
you
just
write
like
these? When did you
in
write these?
order,
Did you write them like, no.
like an hour ago. What is your Subway order?
Oh,
It's
I
either
like,
Subway order or McDonald order, but I feel like Subway order like really defines someone. Like you never change it. Once you find your Subway order, like no, like do you change every time? No, you don't. Like everybody has that one Subway order that they all like. You don't change. Like Subway is not there to like you don't venture out at Subway. Like you don't go from like a tuna sandwich to like pepperoni sandwich. Like you don't do that. Like only sociopaths do that. Like you do
you're
not
so
change your
strong
Subway
about
order.
this. You're so strong
I've
about
been
that.
having the same order since I'm like 10 years old. Like this is no.
So I
Like
like the meatball marinata. I don't know, like the meatball. Do you?
what?
What?
Unheard of.
What
What
do you
sauce did you put in
mean?
there?
What do you mean? I always have the meatball marinata with double cheese. And like, to be fair, it's actually really weird me saying it out loud. So meatball marinata, double cheese, sweet corn and salad. That's something no sauce. So I'd always, because obviously the meatball is like the tomato sauce,
Yeah,
but that's something I would
it's
always
salty
have.
enough.
Yeah, I would always have that. Like when I used to go to college, that was something my college friends would always have. We'd always go to Subway. I'd get because we had a Subway in our college, so I'd get a foot long Subway at lunch, and that would always be it. I haven't had Subway for ages though. What was your order?
That is um grilled chicken
Oh,
on I knew my order by I knew my order by heart. Like it was grilled chicken on the herb. I know
oh
it in
yeah,
French, but I
that's
don't
the
know in
bread I
English.
always. That's the bread
On
I always got. Herb one,
that's
the
the
herb.
bread.
Yeah, 100%.
That's the bread. Not toasted, but warmed up. Um Swiss cheese with chipotle.
That's such a
Like Southwest, sorry, Southwest
oh
sauce.
Southwest. That's such a that is a random order because there's not much to it. It's just chicken and cheese.
I mean, the salad, like the banana peppers, like the olives,
Like all it in between. Like I
obviously.
would have no. To be fair, I can't really say much because mine's literally meatball and cheese, like and sweet corn and salad, and that was it. So I can't really comment on yours.
Phoebe, I don't know if I love you more or like I'm super trouble with that answer, but it's totally fine. Let's go to the other
What
one.
do you
I'm so glad I asked. I respect you. This is like the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. Like I would have been more like,
Why?
oh, tuna salad than the meatballs. Unheard of.
So actually, do
Unheard
you know
of. But
what?
I mean, it doesn't.
A fun fact. I actually hate tuna, which you're gonna hate that because I don't like tuna. I hate it.
I mean,
You're like,
I,
it's
I
fine.
I get it. It's it's smelly. It's smelly, but
I just don't like it. The texture, no, not a fan.
you have one superpower. What would it be? One.
Ooh, I feel like this is such a like a basic one, but like flying, because I would love to just fucking fly everywhere. I mean, I do that anyway, but like without actually having to like book a flight, it'd be great. Like flying around everywhere, like because I used to want to be like like this is so sad, and I don't know why this memory just came into my head. I used to want to read people's minds to know what, like when you were like little and you were like, oh, if I had a superpower,
Yeah.
it'd be this. That was always like, I want to read people's minds, so I want to know what people are thinking but like of me. Do you know what I mean? Which is kind of sad looking about that, because I'm like, poor little Phoebe. She just wants to know what people think of her, and I'm like, now I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care.
Now I
Like,
don't
why would
give
you
a
want that
fuck.
superpower? That superpower is so wasted. Like, why would you want to know what
It's a
people are
waste of
thinking about
superpower.
you? Like,
It's a waste of superpower. Yeah.
or like, I don't know, like,
You can
you
live
know,
so
like,
much
there's
more
like,
of your life without knowing what people think about you.
yeah, 100%. Or like X-ray vision. No, I wouldn't have that. That's boring. And that's also pointless. Like, why would you just want to see through? Just walk to the other side. Or like just uncover it.
Funny.
Like, do you know what I mean? So I would
Just
definitely
walk the other
fly.
side.
Yeah, just walk the other side. Like, why would I want to see what's in that wardrobe? Just walk the other side. And so I would fly, because then I don't have to spend money on flights, because that shit's expensive. So, and I could just go anywhere. So, yeah.
Good choice. What languages do you speak?
Only English.
English, right?
I tried to
Only
learn
English.
when I was in school. You obviously had to do like Spanish and stuff. I failed Spanish, if I'm honest. So I failed Spanish. I got a
No habla
lowest.
español. Zero.
I
Nada.
very like nothing. So which is actually hilarious, because I'm going to Spain in 2 weeks. So, but I don't know any Spanish. So, but I only English. I wish. Do you know what I do wish though? I do wish, because my dad is obviously he was born in Africa, Ghana. So I'm half Ghanaian, and I wish when I was younger, I wish he taught me something like Ghanaian or something like that. I wish, because it would be so cool to know like his heritage a bit more. And I mean, I could do it now, but it's just a lot to do when you're an adult. I feel like when you're younger, you can pick it up a lot easier than you can when you're an adult. So, but I mean, maybe one day I'll try and like ease myself into it or something like that.
Good. If a drink or a food item can be 0 calories, what would it be?
A drink or food item. I mean, drinks, like nowadays, I feel like everything's 0 calorie, because that's such a like, well, not everything, but a lot of things are 0 calories. So that's like, and I don't really have that many 0 calorie drinks, because it does, apart from this, obviously iced tea, because it does hurt my tummy. Like the fizzy things hurt my tummy quite a lot. So I would say food item, it would have to be like a bakery food, like croissants or donuts, or like, do you know what I mean? Like that type of food. Because that's such like, you think, do you know what really jars me sometimes is like when I go to Starbucks, if I'm ordering something and you look and you see how much is in that one muffin, it's like 500 and something calories. And I'm like, how is a muffin that is like tiny, that many calories? And it's such a
So
waste, but it
dense.
tastes so good. That's the annoying thing. Like bakery
So
foods
good.
are so deceiving, because it's so fatty and so calorific. So if it was 1 calorie food that could be, one food that could be calorie free, it would be bakery food. And it would probably be donuts or a pastry. Yeah. What about
I
you?
love the croissant answer. Croissant
Yeah.
answer is a very good answer, because it's so
Yeah.
buttery. Like a croissant, it's like the more butter, the better.
Yeah. But
And
it's not at the same time.
yeah, exactly. So that's a good choice. You can trade one day with one person, whomever, like a celebrity, it could be like anyone, your family. Who is it and why?
Wait, do you mean trade a life? Like trade, oh yeah, you trade,
No,
trade a
a
day
day.
with
A
a
day.
day.
A
Okay.
day in a life. Yes.
I mean, it's so hard, because like I used to like, again, I keep saying used to, because again, this is like just my brain, like what it used to be. But like I used to want to, like, you know, when you go on Instagram and you used to look on Instagram, you're like, oh, I wish that was my life. Like, do you know what I mean? Like now I really don't do that. Like I really don't do it as much, because I'm so content with what I have, which isn't me being like flexing or whatever. But do you know what I mean? When you're just so content.
No,
I mean,
it's beautiful. Oh my
because
God. No, it's beautiful.
Because as well, like I watch like a lot of like, you know, I don't watch a lot of like Keeping Up with Kardashians, but I see like a few episodes, and like I see a few like famous people, quote unquote famous people, have like YouTube and stuff. And like when they weren't as famous and stuff like that, they looked so much happier. Like their vlogs were so much happier. Their like being was a lot happier. Versus now they've kind of reached the top. They're so much more like, I don't know, like not as free in a way, because they're obviously, you know, they've got that credibility. So like there's a girl called Emma Chamberlain or something like that. I watch her on YouTube, and she used to just do like random vlogs. I think she lives in like LA or something. She's not actually, I don't think she's famous for anything specifically. I think it was just from YouTube, and she's just kind of blown up.
Right.
Anyway, I used to watch her vlogs like 5 years ago, and she was really funny and she was quite crazy. Now she's a lot different. Again, she's grown up, she's different and whatnot, but she also, because she has to do other stuff, like she has to have certain things she's not allowed to say anymore, certain things she's not allowed to do anymore probably. And do you know what I mean? Like I feel like sometimes when you get to that status, there's certain things you feel like you have to obtain. So I feel like, I don't know, there's not actually someone specifically I would say, because even like people that I like think are like, I don't know, I actually, no one like actually physically comes to mind apart from, you know, Buff Bunny, Heidi Summers.
Yeah.
I feel like her purely because I would love to know like her business mind, because she's such a business like boss ass bitch. Do you know what I mean? Like she's such like, she vlogs, she runs like however many businesses, she trains, she does so much stuff on such a high level. I would love to know how she manages it and what she's kind of like. Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like I followed her for quite a long time, so that's someone I look up to quite a lot. So I feel like she would be the person, and that's kind of the reason why. But other than that, I generally wouldn't trade with like celebrities and stuff, because I feel like celebrities have their own like, they have to always be segregated off. They have to be in their own little corner, like, and I don't like that. I don't know. I don't like that. I think that's a bit, like, I even get sometimes like when someone recognizes me, I'm like, oh my God, you recognize me. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not, imagine if you were to get that every time you step out the door. Like, I don't know, like if you step out the door and someone, like, everyone knows who you are, like that, I wouldn't feel safe. So I wouldn't trade with someone with that high status for that reason, you know?
That's a good answer. Shout out to Heidi Summers, Buff Bunny. And I trained with her when I went to Alphaland.
Oh yeah, you
And
did.
I mean, like full on fangirl moment. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm not a fangirl at all, but like, I really like enjoy her vlogs. Like that's probably one of the first one I was following on social media, to be honest.
Same.
And Phoebe, the presence of Heidi Summers is like unreal. Like you would never think someone that busy, because she has so much going on and like she's doing so many things, could be so present, so kind. Phoebe, like kindness level like 1,500, like maxed out kindness. Like it's unreal. Like it full like
That's so nice.
full circle all around.
Because I've met her like twice
Like, I mean,
before, but that was me as a fan girl. Like I was queuing up to meet her like at 2 separate expos. I think she came to the UK twice, and I went to go meet her like as a fan. And I was like telling her, like, I'm a fan of you. Like, I'm a fan of you, like, because you are this. You know what I mean? So I think, she would probably be one of the people I would meet or like want to trade with, because she is like one of the core reasons I kind of like started in a way. Do you know what I mean? Like you said, she was like the first one I watched vlogs, first time I watched like competing and all that type of thing. So yeah, I would probably trade with her, because she's such a boss ass bitch now. Who would you trade with?
Yeah, for sure.
Who would you trade with?
I would trade with Aldo probably.
Why Aldo? That's so random.
It's not random. Like I don't know. I want to be like in his shoes for like a day. Like see how he thinks, see how it works. Like going to the bathroom. Like just like.
That's the first thing you think of. I want to be in a male body because I want to see what goes on, how he pees, how he does things, all that thing.
I'm joking, but it's like I just want to like be in his life. Like I mean, business wise, like how he thinks, like. When he meets people, like I would exchange with Aldo, just see.
Yeah.
Like
I think that's cool though.
Train of thoughts. Like Aldo has like a lot of like self-love, and I admire that a lot in him. So I want to see like how it feels to be like really self-confident, like all these things. So like I don't know what's
Yeah.
changed with him.
I love that. No, I like that. That's cute.
I love your answer too. I really like your answer actually because
Thank you.
she's great. Shout out to her. Um, your house is on fire. What do you bring? It's
Oh
gonna be easy
God.
question.
Uh, I mean, I would try and grab my laptop. I know that sounds so bad, but like my laptop, my phone, because that is like, I mean, you can replace it. You can. And I don't have a lot of like, so for me, like a lot of my like childhood memories and like back in the day things like picture albums, photo albums and stuff like that. I don't have any of that in Dubai.
Mhm.
It's all at home in the UK. So if my
Right.
Dubai house was on fire, it would be laptop, phone, and like Max. You know, like do you know what I mean? Like it wouldn't be that. That's
Yeah.
I don't have many valuable things here. A lot of my valuable things are at home. If it was my house in the UK, then I would probably grab like all picture frame, like not picture frames, but we have like loads of photo albums. So I would grab as fucking many as I can and chuck them out the window, so I could like save that. Because like I feel like obviously not a lot of people like in the modern day, like if you were born in like 2021 or like 2022, not 2021, 2001, sorry, like onwards.
2000. Yeah.
I mean, even then, kind of like you probably do have some sort of picture frames. Your parents probably have like picture books, but everything's on a phone now. Like people are born and they have just an iPhone, like photos on their iPhone of like their like their younger years. I don't
Yeah.
have that, so I feel like we don't have that, so I feel like that is it, like irreplaceable. So I would want to make sure that I could save that for sure.
Good answer. Do
I
you,
don't like this grilling. I don't like this being Q&A all about me. It's so weird.
oh my God, I love that you're feeling weird right now. That means it's growth. We love
I know
this.
it is. It is very weird. It is very good though.
I love you so much, Phoebe. You're so great. So cute. Do you believe in karma?
Yes. I do feel like what goes around comes around. I do definitely, because I've seen it. I feel like I've seen it. Like, for example, like when people talk shit online or something like that, and they're just not nice, it comes back around. Like I've seen it so like, and something bad will happen, and I'm like, that's karma. Like I do believe in it. I do like. I feel like you can't really explain it, but
Right.
I do feel like it's very present. Like I do feel like sometimes when I make a bad decision or I do something wrong, or if I do something that's not nice, I do feel that sense of it's going to come back around, and it has sometimes. Like, do you know what I mean? Like I feel like I do feel like I don't settle nicely or feel good when I've done something wrong, and I'm like, karma's going to get me. That's what I get. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes, which, like. I do believe in it though. Do you believe in it?
Yes. 100%. Yes. So be kind. Be
Be
kind.
kind, people. Be kind.
No, honestly, like do good and good will come to you. I always, in a
Yeah.
positive sense. Like I had this little phrase, like I remember this little on like my Facebook profile, and I almost got it tattooed because I'm like, do good and good will come to you. Not because don't do good because good will come to you. It's just like let life be and just like always choose to be kind. Like just kindness is it's so easy to be kind and you get so fulfilled to just be kind. Like I get so much more out of me saying, hi, how are you to someone? And that person cannot even answer me. But the fact that like I went on like I did that 50% of being human and being kind, like it keeps my energy level like in a selfish way, like in check.
I
So
do. I 100% believe in that, and I think it's free at the end of the day. Like being nice and just not
yes, it's
making
free.
someone else just feel like shit for no reason. It's not needed. Like it's not necessary. Like just because you might be at a higher profile than someone else doesn't mean you have to treat someone else worse because of that reason. Like I feel like that's definitely like in this day and age, sometimes that comes across way too strongly, and it shouldn't. Like it shouldn't just because you earn more or something like that. Then someone that earns less than you is looked at as little, like less than you. No, I don't think that's the case.
Right.
So
It comes back full circle to the first question. One of the first question I asked you about, what's your favorite free thing? Being kind.
Yeah.
It's one of them. That's probably one of the favorite free thing. Walking
Yeah.
and being kind. Okay, so let's wrap it up with the last question. What question do you wish people or me was asking you, like would ask you more? Or like, what do you wish other people knew about your heart or the way you think? Like, what kind of question you would want to be asked more?
So that's like hard for me to answer because like I'm typically the type of person that like if someone says, "Are you okay?" I'll be like, "Yeah, how are you?" If I'm not, do you know what I mean? Unless it's
Yeah.
like a close friend or whatever. Like I'd be the type of person that would be like, "Yeah, I'm okay. Like I'm good. How are you?" Or like, "Yeah, I'm tired today, but I'm okay. How are you?" But like there's other shit going on, you know. So I feel like I, which is so weird because like when I actually think about it, like I actually don't like the spotlight to massively be on me, but like my life is very open on social media. Do you know what I mean? Like it's obviously people know like what I get up to in my day to day, but like they don't know everything. But
Yeah.
it's weird. That's weird. That's a weird concept. That's a weird answer. Because I would say okay, I would like people to ask how I am more, but
But you're like, no?
I also don't want them to ask. You know what I mean? Like it's that weird one.
Yes.
I mean,
I mean, that's so you would want people to ask you like, are you really okay? But at the same time, you don't really want that because you don't know if you're ready to like give the answer or like being even asked or like being under the
yeah,
spotlight.
like I it's a different context because you know like so like vlogging is like just you and the camera and I'll happily put that online and publicly, but if I'm doing something with other people I'm very closed off. So that's why I said I wanted to like push myself in the podcast a little bit and kind of talk a little bit more because with other people I sometimes feel like I'm more not secretive but more surface level, like you said. So for me,
Reserve, yeah.
I find it difficult sometimes because yeah, I think that's for me. That's the it's tough. I feel like I wouldn't want people to ask, but then I also would want people to ask how I am, but I wouldn't at the same time. It's kind of like a back and forth. That's a hard one. What would you ask?
No, that's a wrap for our question,
No,
mamas.
she's trying to get away
So
from that one.
I
But I mean,
I mean,
yeah,
are you really
I feel like I would probably ask, or I'd want people to ask, how am I more? Because then it gets me to kind of actually talk about myself a little bit more. Because like you said, like I don't tend to talk about myself. I like to ask questions and kind of, you know, this, that, the other. But I don't always, when I'm with other people, like to talk about myself too much. Versus when I'm vlogging, I can happily talk about myself because obviously I'm just by myself, you know? But when I'm with other people in a group, I don't maybe like make myself as seen or as known or talk about too much about myself. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but sometimes that's how I feel. I'd rather ask questions about someone else versus being asked the questions. You know, that's why I'm like, when you said today, like, make it about me, I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that. But I'm glad you did because it actually it was a lot of fun to be fair. It was cool to kind of like, just ask those questions. There's going to be one episode that I'm going to do that with you because I like this. I like this analogy. I think this is cool.
my little blind date? I
I
mean,
know.
you were 10 in my life already, like
Oh,
obviously, and you just
stop.
confirmed that. But
Stop it.
um, Phoebe, I'm gonna wish you a beautiful rest of your week. I need to go to the bathroom
Yeah.
because I've been drinking so much water and
Well,
coffee. I need to go pee.
that will be today's podcast. I'm actually going to go to the airport in 2 hours to go to the UK. So excited
That's
for that.
exciting.
But thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure you like, subscribe, follow, rate our show or our podcast, all those fun things because we love hearing from you and all that type of thing. Comment down below like if you have any topics you'd like us to cover as well because we always like to give suggestions. And yeah, we'll see you in the next episode. We love you guys so much. See you soon.
Love you guys. See you
Bye
soon. Love
bye.
you. Have safe travel, Mama. Safe travel.
Bye.